We have seen some deals in the NPL market in the Netherlands last year, and we're actually working on a small number of those deals now. But that's not from the big four, so to say. If you take like SNS as an example, they announced that they will take the next 10 years to solve their problems. So that means basically that they probably won't come to the market with an NPL this year or next year. They will just take a 10-year period to solve everything. And I think that will also happen with the other banks. So what we see here doesn't come from say the big four. It's a number of more or less foreign financiers that are used to do that in their own country and also do that in the Netherlands. But that's only a limited number of portfolios, unfortunately, because the demand is really high for that. As for real estate itself, the demand for NPLs in the Netherlands is extremely high. So unfortunately, there's no more.
I think it offers interesting investing possibilities also.
It does.
Yeah.
Well, I think the lesson of this downturn is that if you want to see real volume coming out of the banks and distress, it's typically in the countries where they've established a bad bank. So it's Norma, Sarah, Italy's now doing the same, and that's where that institution has gone on the front foot, has arranged this kind of session with foreign investors saying, right, we're open for business, come to us, tell us the kind of portfolio you want, we'll carve it out. And it's almost like the ease of doing business for a US opportunistic investor going into Sarab is they've made it so easy that if you want to see that kind of volume, you have to take that approach. The one exception being the UK, but again, you had two nationalised banks who put out a lot of volume very quickly. It's quite hard to imagine why a bank currently in its own ownership, doing it on a very patient level, is ever going to put out the kind of volume that's going to create that Spanish type hype.
Yeah, it's certainly getting more competitive. I don't want to be totally pessimistic about getting portfolios out of banks. I think it is very difficult, and obviously the Dutch is somewhat like the German model in terms of we're going to work it out over a 10-year period. But saying that, a number of these portfolios I sense take a lot of asset management, and I'm not sure all the banks are set up to do that with the sheer intensity of personnel that's required to do that. So I think certainly for a business our size there are going to be opportunities to take out 50, 100 million portfolios from those banks, but it's going to be slow and very patient, but we're not going to see the big volumes that are going to attract the Lone Stars, etc.